Look into the camera and go. I guess one the establishment. Can we go in? I won't let him because otherwise the heat is too much, we can't see. So, yes. So, if you may inform.
we please bow down our heads for a word of prayer? Our dear Father, we're grateful to you for bringing us safely for the commencement of this program. We want to commit it into your hands from the
Greater Accra Regional Deputy Regional Minister, the Director General, National Sports Authority, the President of the Ghana Olympic Committee, the Deputy Director General, National Sports Authority, the rep from the Ghana Ambulance, the President of the Ghana Athletics Association, the sponsors, friends of the media, invited schools with accompanying teachers, ladies and gentlemen. I feel humble and highly elated to address this August gathering on the occasion of the launch of the 3rd National Road Baton Relay. The National Road Baton Relay, the 3rd in the series, is a marathon run in a relay format. The maiden edition took place in Accra, 1st July 2015, with participants from 4 regions. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, there's no gainsaying the fact that generally Ghana's performance in major intellectual long distance athletes events has not been anything to write home about. We in Dreamland Sports Plus believe that apart from our traditional strength in the sprint, Ghana also abounds in talent in the long distance events. The event, which will be held in boys and girls division among senior high schools, will take place on demarcated streets in the capital. Each participating region will be represented by 6 athletes who will run a total of 30 kilometers. Being a relay baton, each male and female athletes will run a distance of 5 kilometers and hand over the baton to the next athlete at a designated changeover zone, with the anchor leg, that is the 6th athlete, completing the race. In closing, I wish to state that all arrangements have been completed with the successful collaboration of the National Sports Authority, the Ghana Education Service, Ghana Olympic Committee, the Ghana Athletics Association, and our sponsors. We look forward to an interesting and successful competition on Saturday, 12 August. Thank you very much.
For this year's Road Baton Relay. After that, then since its inception 3 years ago, the successes we have chalked within 2 years and what we have done so far with the athletes who started with us, where they are now, some of them, and what they are doing now, and then what we are preparing them for, the next Ghana Olympics long distance. So I think I'll have to move to the map, walk you through the map, then after that I'll conclude. Can I move to the map?
Yeah, go.
Right. Within these routes in Accra, we are starting from the Bachona Total, as we have here, through the Nungwa Tema Road. Then we have the first baton change point at the Nungwa Senior High School. So we have 6 athletes starting, beginning. With all the baton change points, we have 6 athletes there already. So those starting will start from Bachona. The next baton change point will be at the Nungwa Senior High School. Then from the Nungwa Senior High School, we move through the La Beach Hotel to Dankwa Circle. That is the next baton change point. It is 5 kilometers each. Right. From Dankwa Circle through Kwame Nkrumah Interchange, Obechedi Lamte, then the next baton change again, that is the 3rd, will be at the Buzia Junction, through Odoko, then Buzia Junction. That will be the next baton change. From Buzia Junction, we move through Sakama, then move into Dansoman, the first roundabout, the Kick roundabout, then the exhibition roundabout. Then we move to the Dansoman last stop. 5 kilometers, we change baton again at the Dansoman last stop. Then from the Dansoman last stop, through Bamboy, Kwabodwe, Martyrs of Uganda to the beach, that is White House. From there, we move through the Lavender Hill, the boxing arena, to Akoto Lante, then we come out again to the Atanosis High Street, then we change baton again at the community center, the traffic light. That is the last baton change point. For endurance sake, when we change baton at the last point, we move through a winding route. Through Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum to the station and the Cocky Bridge down, Moving Peak, Novotel, TUC, Accra Poly to Accra Psychiatric Hospital. Then we take the Liberation Road, Liberation Circle. From Psychiatric Hospital, we come to Liberation Circle through Parliament House to Osu, Presby. We turn to what's it called? The Papaya Road at the ShopRite Junction. Then we take the Oxford Street to the Blogodo Street. Then, sorry, Blogodo Street, I'm sorry. Then from there, we terminate at the Independence Square. So that will be the finishing point. The Independence Square will be the finishing point. And at the end of the day, endurance will take the best athlete there. Thank you very much.
I wasn't really billed to speak, but I'm sure once I was here, the organizers wanted me to say something. I'm quite impressed with what I have seen or what the organizers have told me about the events they're organizing. Being the third in the series, and I know Ola Williams personally, and I think that he's somebody who, when he sets out to do something, he gives it all his best. I was just looking at the routes when Mr. Williams was showing the routes, and Mr. Okansi was showing the routes. And when he said national, I thought we were going to go all the way to Kumasi and maybe in the north, but I realized that it's just in Greater Accra. So I'll urge Dreamland that as we move forward, we should look at doing something in the other regions, because I believe that there are equally very good, talented athletes way in the northern region. I'm sure I saw Mr. Aye. Mr. Aye is here. Mr. Aye and his Athletics Federation will tell you that we have a lot of talents outside Greater Accra region. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is a very laudable idea. Many of you would not know, but I'm sure the media are aware. Mr. Ola Williams and his team are also the youth juvenile sports coordinators for the GOC. We have a program which is going to come up, we are going to call Junior Olympics. Every year, once the primary schools and then the junior high schools are through with their inter-schools competition in the regions, we put all the champions from the various regions into Accra or Kumasi, or where we have good tartan tracks. And then we do a national sports festival, which we are going to call the Junior Olympics. So that is something that the GOC has put in place, and Mr. Ola Williams and the GES director, Mr. Damenya, are the coordinators. So very soon, apart from just identifying talents in long distance, you have Ghanaian talents being found in judo and swimming and all the other sporting disciplines. That's why I say I'm very happy with the initiative by Ola Williams and his team. And we at the GOC can only say that we're wishing them the best. And then we hope that other sponsors who, having come on board, would also find it necessary to come on board. Sports in our country is deteriorating. If somewhere in the 60s we were beating Jamaica in the 4x100, and now Jamaica can boast of Usain Bolt and all the Joan Blake and all the other, and then we can't boast of anything. Then there has been a problem, and I think that the early we all start addressing their problem, the better. And I'm happy that we're focusing on identifying youth talents. If you've been following the tournament in Gabon, what Mr. Ben Kofi started some 3-4 years ago, that is what is yielding fruits in Gabon. Let's focus on real athletes at their real youth ages. And I'm sure given the necessary training, in a few years' time, Ghana should be able to get back to the athletic standards that we were known for in Africa. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Director General, National Sports Authority, who happens to be my colleague in Parliament and also on the same committee. And I remember the good times we had in Geneva. Yeah, that's off record. Then we have President Ghana Olympic Committee. Then we have Chairman National Ambulance. Then we have the Good Friends Dreamland Sports Plus, Mr. Elkansi and Mr. Williams as well. Then we have in the address we also have the Director Sports, Ministry of Education. All protocols observed. Invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor and a privilege for me to be part of this important ceremony, which is the launch of the Road Baton Relay for 2017. I wish to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the organizers for the kind gesture and the opportunity offered me to interact with you. Mr. Chairman, I am reliably informed that this sports program has been dubbed National 30-Kilometer Road Baton Relay 2017, and the competition is among senior high schools in all the 10 regions. I consider this very appropriate and timely, considering the fact that this is aimed at unearthing and nurturing talents and long-distance events among the youth in schools in Ghana to rub shoulders with their counterparts anywhere in the world. And I remember Hannah Friye and Alice Anum. As a matter of fact, the benefits of sports, especially to the youth, cannot be overemphasized. Several studies have shown that childhood obesity is a growing problem in our society. This could be due to the fact that the youth of today show very little interest in active sports and rather spend most of their time indulging in unproductive activities. Playing sports, however, will keep our youth active and aid in the fight in combating these problems. Having a controlled weight decrease the risk of diseases that comes from being overweight, such as heart diseases and diabetes. Ladies and gentlemen, also playing sports at a young age enables the youth to participate in social interactions and build skills such as teamwork, leadership, and responsibility as they learn to work with others to achieve a common goal. This type of setting allows them to develop and practice different mental and moral qualities they acquire from their surroundings on the field, at school, and at home. Mr. Chairman, in the past we concentrate on a few sports disciplines, even though our youth had a lot of potentials in which is usually termed as the lesser known sports. It is for this reason that the NPP government has identified the need for the development of such sports and sports in general in the country. The development of sports will be a key plug in galvanizing our youth to appreciate nationhood and patriotism. This demonstrates that we are committed to encouraging, motivating, and promoting the lesser known sports. Indeed, sports also have the potential of creating thousands of jobs, contributing significantly to our GDP and boosting the image of Ghana internationally. Ladies and gentlemen, this is competitive sports, and it is a fun game, and we have the opportunity to fraternize, make friends, and network with each other. Even though the purpose is to whip up and rekindle interest in long-distance events, it also affords us the opportunity to seek each other's welfare, especially looking at the ages of most of the participants. We should therefore put in a lot of interest, energy, enthusiasm, and above all, sportsmanship. To conclude, I would like to seize this opportunity to advise the participants to take the program serious and show utmost commitment to its success. Thank you very much for your kind attention, and may God bless you all.
The President of the DOC, the Deputy Director General, Management and Staff of NSA, the Regional Director of Education, the Regional Police Commander, the Rep of the President of the Ghana Athletics Association, the Director Dreamland Sports Plus, our respected sponsors, our brothers and sisters from the media, and distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the National Sports Authority, I welcome you all to the Media Center, and in particular the Accra Sports Stadium. And let me apologize on behalf of management and staff about that brief hitch in the program when we started. We hope that we are working very hard to resolve some of these fundamental problems. So come next year for the launch, we're not going to encounter these problems again. And as our MC said, I am representing the Honorable Minister for Youth and Sports, Honorable Kwame Asiama, who has been taken out of Accra on another important assignment, and has therefore asked me to represent him for this important occasion. It is a great pleasure to be here today to officially launch this year's edition of the Road Baton Relay here at Accra Sports Stadium today, 24th May 2017. I usually watch the Road Baton on TV, but I'm privileged to be here today not to watch on TV, but to officially launch it on behalf of the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports. Honorable Deputy Regional Minister, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I've been informed by my technical department that this year's edition, coming on the 12th of August 2017, is the third edition of the program. This competition is a marathon relay coming on in the 10 administrative regions in Ghana. I have directed the leadership of my technical department to liaise with the national PE coordinators of the GES to ensure that our famous intercolleges, Interco, is revived and made more attractive like the yesteryears. In April 2018, Team Ghana will participate in the Gold Coast Commonwealth Games. Technically, I can emphasize that Team Ghana can excel when we take programs like these very serious and train for results. Athletes participating in this competition and all marathon runners must have in mind international qualifying times for marathon when competing. Ghana excelled at the 2006 Commonwealth Games in Melbourne, Australia, and placed 11th out of 71 countries. These are events aimed at selecting sportsmen and women for games such as the Gold Coast Commonwealth Games. I want to pledge that the National Sports Authority and the Ministry of Youth and Sports, together with our cherished sponsors, will support Team Ghana to beat the 2006 record. I want to take the opportunity to thank the organizers, Dreamland Sports Plus, Mr. Okanse and his colleagues, our sponsors, all our partners, supporters, the police, medical group, school teams from the 10 regions and all others for a successful event. Honorable Deputy Regional Minister, the President of GOC, distinguished invited guests, supporters unions, ladies and gentlemen, in the expectation of an exciting, incident-free, and highly enjoyable competition, I have the greatest pleasure to declare the 2017 edition of the National Road Baton Relay competition officially launched. Thank you.
Two folds. The first phase, which we have completed. The second phase will be the unveiling of the 2017 Road Baton Relay, which will be done by the Honorable Robert Saki Honorable Robert Safumensa, who obviously be the Director General of the NSA, and then on behalf of the Minister of Sports and the Deputy Minister of the Greater Accra region, Honorable Elizabeth Saki, and then supported by the President of the Ghana Olympics Committee, Mr. Benjamin Sasser.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the Minister for Youth and Sports, Honorable Isaac Bami Siama, and the whole entire ministry and the National Sports Authority, we are unveiling the 2017 edition of 20 kilometers Baton Relay. Thank you very much.
Chale.
A very wonderful. And I will thank the organizers so much for the display of what we are seeing this morning. And I believe that having unveiled this program, we are going to have a very enjoyable and event-free competition this year, through which we are going to get a very talented independent and athletes who have good
The needs of a new day for lives and every message for this